Welcome back. Let's get you some more news from the state in which the Supreme Court has directed the Tamil Nadu government and the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board to submit their suggestions and objections to the NEERI report on environment impact assessment on Sterlite's copper smelting plant at Tuticorin. Now, these suggestions will have to be submitted by the 5th of August and the case will then be taken up for hearing on the 10th of the same month. The Madras High Court had directed Sterlite to shut down its plant due to an environmental impact. However, the Apex Court had stayed that High Court order on appeal by the company. The MDMK's chief Vaiko argued that the plant was a danger to the Tuticorin environment and that it should be shut down soon. Joining us over the phone line right now is A. Vaidyanathan, Chief Legal Correspondent with NDTV 24/7. Vaidyanathan, now that this has come out from the Supreme Court, what does it really leave the company to do now that a deadline has also been announced? More pressure, do you think?
Yes, right now, the Sterlite company can carry ahead with this operation, which is doing so. After the Madras High Court asked them to shut it, Supreme Court has stayed that order, meaning that they can continue with the operations. But very interesting and important point is, what is the view of the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board as well as the Tamil Nadu government? Now there is a change in government. Jayalalitha has come back to power. Today, Supreme Court directed the Tamil Nadu government as well as the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board to give its opinion on the NEERI report. In fact, NEERI is an organization which has been directed by the Supreme Court to give its findings on a survey. So NEERI went to Tuticorin and submitted survey. Basically, it has given some sort of recommendations what the Sterlite company should follow. So as for when the court asked where is the Tamil Nadu Council, nobody was there. Only Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board was represented with Subramania Prasad. So then court said Tamil Nadu should also represent. And what is the opinion of Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board? They said that the council said that they will reply in due time. So that's why now the views of the Tamil Nadu as well as the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board on giving their objections and suggestions on the NEERI's report, that's very important, that they will have to file it by 5th. Then on 10th, Supreme Court will take up the case. So based on the suggestions by the Tamil Nadu government and the Pollution Control Board, the case will go further.
Right, so a final word perhaps on the 10th of August, that's when it comes up for hearing. But thanks very much indeed. Vaidyanathan there joining us with the latest details into that case. In some more state-related news, a new panel has been constituted to probe charges of corruption and land grabbing against Sikkim's Chief Justice, Justice P.D. Dinakaran, in the impeachment motion pending in the Rajya Sabha. After the Supreme Court ordered the removal of P.P. Rao, one of the panel members, after Justice Dinakaran petitioned for removal of Rao being biased, now the panel has been reconstituted by the Rajya Sabha chairman. In place of P.P. Rao, Professor G. Mohan Gopal has been appointed and the other two members will remain. Gopal is the director of the Rajiv Gandhi Institute for Contemporary Studies. Justice P.D. Dinakaran moved the Supreme Court for removing P.P. Rao, alleging that he may be biased. Back to some local news. Now, bite this. The Puliyantop police have arrested 6 juveniles on charges of chain snatching today alone. Now, based on their information, 4 more chain snatchers were cornered and arrested in a suburban part of the city. Through inquiries by joint teams led them to a gang of juveniles who've been operating and even involved in 46 crimes in the state so far. Interestingly, 12 out of these 14 accused are juvenile criminals. Their modus operandi being a team of 2 who set out on a motorcycle and another team as well that's deployed to scout for victims who would escort the operative team later on. One of the group is asked to cause a sort of a confusion and even accidents sometimes when someone follows or smells something fishy. But police say that those involved will be sent to the government home for rehabilitation. My colleague Salim says that in most of these cases, women on lonely roads are the target. But the cops on their part say that these offenders will be meted out with an iron hand.
The Puliyantop police formed several special teams and arrested 6 chain snatchers. All the 6 are juveniles, and based on their input, the suburban police were alerted and in turn they arrested 4 chain snatchers. And altogether, the police arrested 14 chain snatchers, and shockingly, out of the 14, 12 are juveniles. And the police investigation revealed the modus operandi of these juvenile chain snatchers. The police say normally the chain snatchers are comprising 2 people on a motorcycle. and a set of motorcyclists will be on a standby mode. Normally the motorcyclist on the standby mode will be asked to scout for victims. Now after committing the chain snatching offence, the motorcycle on standby mode will escort the operating team. Say for example, if somebody is following the operating team, these motorcycles on escort was tasked to create confusion in worst circumstances, to commit accidents, and thereby the operating team will escape from the police sight. Now the police say that these chain snatchers operate from far away from where they are put up, believing that the police will not catch them. But the suburban police and the Chennai police say, as far as chain snatching offences are concerned, they are working together to curb chain snatching in the city and the suburbs, and that they have been arresting these chain snatchers. Now all the 12 juvenile offenders will be sent to the government home in Kirpok for rehabilitation.
Moving on now, the state's chief minister launched a series of welfare measures across the state today via video conferencing, sticking to many of the promises she made earlier this April and May. Tamil Nadu will now have 9 new arts and science colleges across the state, including one in Jayalalitha's hometown, that's Srirangam, where she has also launched new bus services. Meanwhile, the journalist fraternity in the city have a brand new corner to meet at. The newly constructed building of the Madras Reporters Guild was inaugurated today as well. Ms. Jayalalitha wished the journalists all the very best after inaugurating that building that's located now inside the Omandurar government estate. Up ahead on headlines now, India may have its own Saina Nehwal to boast of in Badi, but no figure for Tamil Nadu as the sport still is at a backhand.